Alright, so I was doing an oil change a few days ago. I popped off the top here. Everything looks all nice under the cover. Let's pop off the cover. And you'll see that I've got a good amount of dried oil spilled. Not for me doing the oil change, but it's coming out like all along the valve cover here. As you can see from that angle, right there, all along the valve cover seal. On the back side, I didn't spill any oil. I know it's not that. And if you check over on this side, it's pretty clear. The valve covers are leaking pretty bad. Alright. That's not a terrible thing. You can't leak all too much out of the valve covers. Someone just probably replaced it and torqued them down too hard, or didn't check the torque spec at all, so they started leaking, or didn't go from the middle out. Any number of things. Now these take 106 inch-pounds now, but any reason someone were trying to do foot-pounds and not try to get it right, you can definitely leak a fair amount of oil out of these things. Now I actually wanted to pop the valve covers off to see the condition of the valve train anyway, see how gunked up it was in there, so this is kind of nice. I filled it up with Royal Purple 530 and a Royal Purple filter because I just got this car used not too long ago. I want to start cleaning all the stuff out. I don't know how often there's oil changes or anything like that. It's pretty easy stuff. This plate right here has all of the coils attached to it, right? So you don't need to separate any of these coils individually. You can just pop out the clips, pull them out, pull out this whole top section here. It'll come right off, and then you've just got your bolts. 4 of them you can see right down there. Pop those off, clean them up. So they're leaking pretty bad. From there. So clean them up. I got new gaskets. Fel-pros, really good company. We also have the grommets on the inside for the bolts, and nothing's leaking out of the bolts. So it should be pretty easy, nice and quick to get it done. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's start taking off these remainder clips here. Most of them are just going to be a pry off type of situation. Lift up and pop right out. This one, you got to pull out this little green side piece there. Slides right out. This one, you gotta lift up on the front here. Pull right out. This one here. A total of 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one right here. Clips, and that's out. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts right there. And then the whole assembly should come right out. Let's pop off these spark plug wires as well. Alright, so I used the 10mm to get all of these off. This one in the back is kind of hard to get to because of this hose right here. Let's go ahead and pull this off. Let's set this one aside. I'm gonna clean that up before I put it back in. There we have our valve cover. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts that we gotta take off. I've let it sit for a while so I know all the oil is back down in the pan. And let's get these 4 bolts off and take a look what our valve train looks like. Alright, so we got the 4 bolts off. At least untight. We're just gonna crack this open. Should take a little bit more pressure than we're seeing right now. But before I did this, I also went ahead along the line and I put some brake cleaner all along the top so anything dirty wasn't gonna fall into it when I popped it off. Definitely recommend doing that. There we go. Pretty dirty. I'm gonna brake clean all of that. Overall on the inside, everything looks pretty good. Pretty good. Not a whole lot of gunk, not a whole lot of anything really. Pop this valve cover gasket off, clean this off, and put in some new ones. So we have the valve cover pretty much cleaned off. I'm gonna get the rest of this stuff out of here. And then we're gonna pop these out. Looked like there was a little bit of oil that was getting back underneath these, and the kit I got came with them, so I'm definitely gonna change them. Looks like down here, you can see it right there. You gotta pop those out, and then this whole section will come out. And we gotta slide a new grommet on there. Just oil the grommet a little bit so it slides in nice and easy, and then you'll be good to go. And I'm gonna clean off this edge as well, so that the gasket makes a nice tight seal with everything. Now we can slap it back on. So let me finish cleaning this, pop these out, place the new ones, and we're good to go. Now I've already cleaned a lot of them out. Most of them are pretty dirty. Alright, that one's cleaned out. As you can see, there's a lot of gunk that's been sitting in there, so obviously it got past rubber gasket that's holding it in there. Okay, and most of them came out intact. As you can see, this one's torn a little bit, so get it to focus right there. This one's torn. So you get 2 options when you buy the gasket. Is you can get one without the grommets, one with the grommets. Definitely just get the grommets. I heard you can reuse these, but I'm glad I did, considering that most of these are pretty chewed up by the time that I even did the valve cover gasket. So yeah, if you can afford the extra couple bucks, just get the grommets. So now I'm gonna finish cleaning up this last one, clean these off, replace the grommets, put everything back on with the new gasket. Now all we gotta do is tighten everything back up. So we got a little bit of our oil down in the cap here. These are fresh grommets, not gonna get anything dirty. Go ahead and dip it in both sides. Make sure that you get oil on there, so make it easy to get to the bolt. Make sure to wash these off too. Now all we're gonna do is go at an angle. Slide these on. That all done. Have the actual valve cover gasket. Just gotta slide that in. That was the skinny side and the fat side. The skinny side fits in there perfect. Make sure to put the skinny side in the actual valve cover itself. Push it in nice and flat. You may have to stretch the gasket a little bit to fit. That's totally fine. Once you got everything in there, we can put our bolts back in, tighten everything down, put the coils back in after we clean them. There it is, all nice and clean, lined up in there. Make sure that you grease the part that goes in the valve cover from the grommet, so it slides in there nice and easy, and go ahead and press that in before you start tightening these down. Right, I got all these finger tight. I pressed the grommet in, all 4 of them, nice and clean. All right, so I cleaned all along the outside where the head is, so we can see any kind of leaks coming underneath. And once I tighten it up, I'm going to wipe it down one more time. That way, if we get any more leaks, where it's coming from, it's not from here, it's from another gasket, and we can go ahead and we can take care of that. Everything looks great. I'm going to tighten these down 106 inch-pounds, not foot-pounds, inch-pounds, okay? Don't want to do foot-pounds. All right, I got me a inch-pound torque wrench from Amazon.com. It was about $25. All right, really good reviews. I'll leave a link in the description below. But yeah, if you do anything over 106 inch-pounds, it's going to leak. And when you do it, make sure that you start from the inner 2, then you work your way to the front, and then the back. All right. You don't want to do it in a row like this. You want to start in the middle, make sure it gets a nice good seal, and then go to the front and the back. I'm actually going to do maybe like 80 here, and go up to the front, and then re-torque it again to 106 on these, and then 106 on the front, and 106 in the back. I have everything torqued down to 106 inch-pounds. Let's go ahead and get our coils back on. End up in the right spot here. There we go. Make sure we line up the holes. Clean it off a little bit. Get these back on, get the wires back on, and then there she is, all nice and clean. Brand new valve cover gasket sticking out, you can see blue. Cleaned everything else up a little bit as much as I could. We shouldn't have any more leaks. If we do have any more leaks, we'll be able to see exactly where it's coming from and take care of those too.